I didn't realize it, but anything that had a guitar break in the middle of a record excited me, but I didn't know what that feeling was yet. Because I was only like 6 or 7. No, 5.
All right, where to, Michael?
That's a great question. I have no idea.
Or something that had a guitar break in it. And that included Elvis Presley, Ricky Nelson. I couldn't care less about these guys.
Yeah.
But I was waiting to hear that break, and Duane Eddy was big. And it's amazing how they recorded his guitar because it sounded huge.
Right.
I didn't know what reverb or echo was. It was like, wow, what the hell is that? I want to know what that is. And I kind of thought that I wanted, but my parents didn't have much money, and even thinking about asking about a musical instrument was like, really?
Yeah, right.
Beatles came out, and it was cool to have a guitar then.
Yeah.
If you couldn't play football or be an athletic guy, then maybe, you could get a date with a girl if you played a guitar and get her to notice you. So my dad worked at Philco, so I was used to electronic in a basement with a workbench and televisions half working. But I didn't want to work on televisions like he did. I wanted to do something different. I found out that an electric guitar would probably annoy him. So I figured that's it.
Perfect.
That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
So that's it. And I hear like noises in my amplifier. It's a twin reverb. And I said, what the hell's that? And so here we go again. Down goes the guitar, and off we go into troubleshooting land, microphonic tubes.
Yeah, right.
And different things. And I wanted to know how this thing worked. Anyway, it got me really interested in sound and what made up sound. And as I graduated high school, I went to Spring Garden Institute for electronics. But a lot of what I know about the amplifiers themselves are
just getting in there.
Yeah, getting in there and fixing my own amp, and maybe take an amp and just experiment with it. Break it and see if you can make it work again.
Yeah.
And as you do that, looking on the schematic, seeing which part, if you move this part, what happens? You take this part off, what happens? And it was a gradual self-tutoring with electronic knowledge so that I wouldn't kill myself. And all my heroes had these huge amps. And I had this thing that was this high. And I wanted to know, why did that amp sound like that? My amp sounded like that. Could I make my amp sound like that, or did I have to buy that
specific
monster?
One,
Marshall Stacks.
Yeah.
I lived in a row house. That wasn't going to go over. Into the 70s and into the 80s, it was time for amp modifications, and I was kind of there at the right time. My age was right. And got into amp mods and stuff. Really got deep into it.
What's your favorite amp, probably?
The hand-wired stuff now.
Yeah.
Simpler amps. Amps that don't channel switch. Like an AC-15 hand-wired, a Marshall hand-wired. I like the English stuff a little more now because I grew up on Fender, so I'm just kind of really tired of hearing them.
Yeah.
I just know them so well that for my own use, I like the simpler, more English-sounding amps. But straight through, not a lot of bells and whistles on them.
Yeah, right.
Like an older AC-30.